Hello, my lovelies. How are y'all doing? Thinking about doing an all signs. Just whatever comes out, whatever spirit wants y'all to know right now. So, I'll pin the timestamps down in the comments. Oh, they're already falling out. We're going to do Aries first. But don't forget to like and follow me. Ooh, somebody got a gambling problem, guys? We got gamble that fell on the floor. Taking a risk. Somebody has a poker face. It says not showing their feelings. Or rolling the dice. Let's see what else we can get with it. So we're doing Aries, guys. Whatever comes out, which we need to know right now. Finality. Differences, divorce, a breakup. Not looking back. A decision. So you might have a decision about a breakup and not looking back. Is somebody maybe taking a chance on this? And then it says escape. Avoiding, blocking, pushing away. Maybe your person's pushing you away. What the flip? So, okay, so what I'm feeling is, you know, y'all are going through a breakup, a divorce, or something like that, you know, and this was a decision to stay or leave, you know. Maybe this is your decision, you know. Should you try to keep working this out? But then you got the escape card, you know, so this is pushing away, you know, so could be hiding. Somebody might be blocked. Or just avoiding this altogether. I kind of feel like, you know, maybe this breakup is hurting somebody really bad. And that's the blocking and the avoiding and the hiding. You're trying to escape the heartache that this has caused. I don't really know what the gambling here. Let's ask tarot. What's up with this gamble card? Not showing feelings. So are you trying to hide this, that it's hurting? Or they're trying to hide how bad it hurts? I feel like somebody thought this was their happily ever after. Yeah, a deep soul connection between two people, you know? And this is really hurting you. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to know about this? Like, what is going on with this? What do we need to know? I feel like you're fixing to start standing up for yourself, you know, and this hurt and situation that you're going through is going to give you more courage and conviction. You're going to start protecting yourself, you know, your territory, your feelings. Like, it's pushing you into what is good for you. You're no longer worried about that other person, you know, and what is good for them. And I feel like you're close to this because, you know, that's my card of you are almost there. Like if you've been hurting and you're going through this loss, like you're at the finish line, you know, of getting there, and you're starting to set your boundaries. You know, you might even be, you know, defensive right now. How about a couple of weeks? So I feel like if you could give yourself a couple of weeks, you're going to see a major difference from now till then. Yeah, you're letting go and moving on. You know, of course, this isn't for everybody, you know, but if you feel like it's for you, it's meant for you. You're seeing this for a reason. But I feel like this is going to be better in the long run once you can let go and move on fully. In the next couple of weeks, you're going to feel a major difference. So I really hope that this helps, guys. And that was the Aquarius. So let me write down here. 609 for Taurus. All right, guys, let's do Taurus. All right, Spirit, we need Taurus. What does my Taurus people need to know right now? What does my Taurus people need to know right now? Lost? Somebody feeling lost? It says running away, feeling invisible. Maybe you're cut, you know. Let me pull some more and we'll see where this goes. Locked. Missing pieces. Detached. Locked away. Your heart. It also says can't move forward. Are you lost right now? And you just... And then you have foresight. So I feel like in a few weeks to a few months, what's going to happen, you're going to see how to move forward. That's that foresight card. But right now, with the lost and the locked, I feel like you might not know what you want and what you're doing and where you're going. And, you know, do I stay or should I go? But I feel like you're detached, you know, locked away your heart, and maybe can't move forward. Maybe you're having trouble moving forward. And party. Maybe this is a card that you do need to get out more. You know, because it's having fun, maybe being a little bit risky. You know, when I see that, I want to say risque. But have fun with friends. You know, friends can really help you get out of these slumps, you know. I don't think we give our friends enough credit. But the club scene is not for everybody, you know. I'm not crazy about clubs. They stress me out. Can't handle all that energy in one room. I feel like a lot of people just stare at me like, who's that? Who's that girl? She looked awkward. What's she doing here? It stresses me out. All right, let's see what tarot says. Taurus. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about Taurus. Standing up for yourself. Why do I feel like you're going through something and now you don't really know what to do? You know, you don't know if you should detach or you should walk away or should you stay. But I think that this standing up for yourself is coming in. Like you're starting to get the courage to protect what's yours. You know, you protect your feelings and starting to get some conviction, you know, on how to move forward. Yeah, you're nearing the finish line of feeling just helpless. and lost and, you know, not being able to move forward. Like you're moving forward. Like you're going to start setting boundaries. You're going to start being more defensive on who you let in and who you don't, how people treat you and how they don't. Like you're learning a lesson coming out of this. But, you know, and this is going to lead to, like, I've got the Sun card here. This is joy, success. It's also clarity. It's a positive card. So, you know, this is going to bring in a whole different outcome than what you're going through right now. And I feel like that's going to be within the next few weeks, possibly months. I feel like that's a little far out. I usually don't like to pull my readings that far out. You know, I honestly just like to do them weekly. But maybe somebody here, it's not going to happen really fast. Like this is a slow moving energy when you've got like a few weeks. But this is definitely fixing to be illuminated. I see that word really bright and it's just jumping out at me right now. So something's going to be illuminated to you. But when you get past that lost and locked feeling, running away, don't know where to go, you're going to come out of that. And you're going to be a lot stronger and a lot happier. That, you know, yeah, the Moon card, like there's definitely some secrets and illusions going on. But you're going to be illuminated to that. If you're not already, you might already be going through this. Everybody's timeline is different. So, all right, guys, that's what I got for y'all's Taurus. I hope that helps with what you're going through right now. Okay, 12 4 is my Gemini. My Geminis, how are y'all doing, my lovelies? My Geminis. Spirit, what do my Geminis need to know right now? Oh. We got some secrets. Maybe a love affair. Keeping things inside. Not opening up some illusions. Are y'all finding out some secrets? Completely done. Oh, shoot. Completely done. Like this person's like walking away. Moving on. Ending cycles. Lessons learned. Coming full circle. You're present. Feeling the moment. Becoming aware. You're in the today. In the now. Okay, with the present card coming out, like whoever this is for, you're going through this right now. Y'all have found out some secrets and y'all are trying to get away. Y'all are trying to move away. Time, needing time. It says time will bring unexpected changes. You know, whenever I was going through a breakup, you know, especially when I was younger, the elderly, like my mom, my granny, you know, whoever, would just be like, you just need time. Time heals all wounds. Well, let me tell you, they do hurt less. But there are some hurts that I've had in my life that still effing hurt. And we're talking about years later. The betrayal was just that deep. You know, so yeah, I guess time does make things easier. And I guess you do heal from that. But, man, you do. I don't know if you forget. You don't forget, you know, and I don't know, y'all. To me, healing is a funny thing anymore, you know, because sometimes I'm like, I'm healed. But then, am I really healed? Like, I don't know if I'm ready to open myself up to somebody new. And I've been single for a hot minute, y'all. You know? Hot minute. I mean, we're not talking about a couple of months. We're talking about a few years I've been single. But the thought of having somebody come in and hurt me all over again I don't know. And I think it depends on how bad you've been hurt. You know, like I said, some hurts are worse than others. And this last one was a doozy for me. Gemini. Spirit, what does tarot have for this? I don't know. Whoever I'm talking to, though, y'all, I think is completely done. You're walking away because of the secrets. And it's going to take time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to heal and you're going to move on from it. I know when you're going through the thick of it, man, it hurts. And sometimes you don't feel like it's going to get better. But I've got the Three of Cups here, so I feel like you're going to have some social gatherings coming in, you know, maybe some reunions with people that you haven't seen in a long time. That's going to start making you feel good, you know, getting out and not being cooped up, you know, because we're coming out of winter, and winter always makes us cooped up and sometimes depressed. But I feel like, you know, you'll come out of that and you'll start, you know, feeling a lot better. Oh my gosh, we got the Seven of Swords, guys. Like, this is lies. It's scheming, dishonesty. So y'all definitely heard some things and been betrayed. I'm definitely picking that up. But you know, we got the Six of Wands, and that is success and celebration for your achievements. It's meeting new people in social gatherings. Like, them are two cards about getting out. So I feel like that's your advice. Spirit keeps saying, get out, you know, start talking to people, make new friends. Forget this bozo, whether it be a girl or a guy, don't matter, that treated you bad. You know, the person that's meant for you is not going to do that to you. You know, they're not, like, they're going to think about how they're treating you before they even do anything. The Ace of Swords. So you're fixing to get some truth and clarity. And that is going to, yeah. When you get this truth and clarity, I think that's what's fixing to change everything. If you haven't already figured this crap out, yeah, let me tell you, you know, if somebody's cheated on you, it's hard, y'all. It's so hard. Being cheated on is not easy. It's rough. And I know that some people stay, hell, I did multiple times, you know. But one thing I learned over time is they will probably do it again. Because if they didn't think about your feelings in the beginning, why would they think about them now? What changed? You love me more now than you did in the past? Because usually whenever it's the beginning of a relationship, you're all googly-eyed and you love somebody the most, you know? But you just have to stop and think about what can you live with. Because when you continue to live with somebody after they cheated on you, you can't be bringing that baggage back in all the time. That's not going to work either. So, anyway, food for thought. I think that once you figure this out and you move on and you have your friends help you, it's going to be a lot better for you. So that was my Gemini. Let's go on to Cancer. Okay, hi Cancer. How are you doing? Let's get up in here and find out what you need to know right now. What is the gossip? What's the tea? What do you need Cancer to know, Spirit, right now? What's my Cancers need to know right now? Conflict. Uh-oh. Y'all having differences with somebody? Some type of argument? Maybe you're finding out you're not compatible with somebody. And there's drama. Dang, they were both back there together. Conflict and drama. Somebody might be creating problems, or they're thirsty for some attention, overreacting. This is present. So I feel like this is something that's definitely going on right now. The Cancers that I'm talking to, this is what's going on right now. But you're aware. You're aware of all this that's going on, this conflict, this drama. Because that's what it says. Like, you are in the know. Okay, let's see. An anchor. This is holding it together, but you're getting a grip. All right, let's see what the tarot has. Maybe the anchor is you're not letting this conflict and drama disturb you. You know, you're very much aware of what this person is doing, and you're just like, whatever, I'm not feeding into this. You know? We've got the Four of Pentacles. So this is possibly somebody's holding on too tightly. It's also a financial security card, you know, stability. Is somebody trying to anchor you down? They're trying to hold you down too tightly, because this also says chained up, and it's causing conflict. The Page of Swords. So okay, so this is like somebody trying to gather information. Maybe you're trying to gather information about this drama, this conflict. Or maybe they're trying to gather information about you and trying to hold you down for some reason. But we got the Chariot here, so that's overcoming any kind of obstacles coming at you. It's a moving forward. So maybe that is you just saying, like, look, I'm not feeding into this, and we're moving forward from this. I don't need your drama. I don't need your conflict. This is the way it is, you know? And a lot of times it is. It's cut and dry. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is how I feel. Period. You know? You can take your drama somewhere else, bro. But we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So this is definitely another wealth card. So I feel like you're fixing to have some money coming in. Just side note, you're going to have success in wealth. So whatever you're putting out there to make money or whatever, I feel like you're going to have some success in your wealth. But this is also emotionally security too, you know. So I think that you got this. Like, you got you. And you know what you want, and you're standing in it. And whoever's trying to hold you down, they can let that go. Because that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? This is also just a side note. Anytime that you get wealth, like, let's say, you know, this card says it, so I'm going to say it. But anytime that you come into, you know, money unexpected or just any type of wealth, it's always good to share it. You know, you pay that forward. And the reason why is because, you know, it comes back again tenfold, you know. It's just the way that money works. When you hold on tight to it, you tend to push it away, just like love. But if you can let it flow easily, then usually it'll flow in and out. You know what I mean? And then you just have to kind of let it go and not stress about it. It's hard when you're not having a lot of money coming in. But if you can just chill and just not stress, you'll see it start flowing in. But yeah, I hope that message helped, Cancers. Until next time, let's go on to Leo. Okay, Leos. How's my Leos doing? Let's see, Spirit. What do we have for Leos? What do they need to know right now? is a message that my Leos need to know right now? Forbidden. What? Temptations, flirting. Somebody got a secret crush on somebody they ain't supposed to. Y'all ain't supposed to have. It says giving into pleasure, y'all. Love affairs, a proposal, a commitment, an offer, being asked out, taking it to the next level. Ooh, that is some tea. Lust? Guys, what is going on with my Leos? My little lines. Y'all fixing to get frosty. I just had this card, Anchor. Is somebody trying to hold y'all down in a commitment that is forbidden? Forbidden fruit, non-committal. Guys, what? I mean, that's what it's given me. Somebody's wanting a commitment here from somebody that looks like it's forbidden. It's just lust. It's a sexual energy. It's non-committal. But somebody with the anchor there is trying to chain them up. They holding them down. Trying to get a grip. Holding a grip. Okay, what does my Leos need to know about this situation, Spirit? Whew. So we've got the Seven of Wands. I mean, I feel like you're standing up for yourself. You know, if you didn't, you're going to get more courageous, and you're going to have conviction in protecting you, yourself, your boundaries, what you want, what you need. You know, you're going to start standing up for yourself. And, you know, we're at the Nine of Wands here. You know, this is like setting boundaries. You might even be defensive, but you're near the finish line. So, like, I feel like if you haven't stepped in this energy yet, you're getting there. Like, you're getting there. And then we got the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning, but it's a passionate new beginning, y'all. So, like, there's a lot of passion here. That's like, it's really coming off of these cards pretty hard. I like it. But, you know, a lot of times people, whenever you're non-committal and you're just having fun, one person always falls hard, while the other one is over here like, please love me. Please love me. No, I'm out. No, I told you this was just for fun. I don't care nothing about you. But that passionate new beginning has got me thinking. Let me see. Oh my gosh, we got the Lovers, guys. Like, this is a deep soul connection. But it's a choice, you know, that two people have to make to be together. But it's harmony, it's alignment, you know. I feel like this is a choice also between, you know, do you stay or do you go? Do you stay in this and be with this person? And then I got the couple of weeks card. So this is fixing to come to a head if it hasn't. And you're going to have to make a decision. They'll have to make a decision. Whoever is forcing the anchor, the one that's trying to get the commitment, the other one is going to have to make a decision. Do you stay or do you go? But I do feel like y'all have a deep connection here. And then you got the letting go and moving on. So you're going to have to decide, you know, do you let it go or do you move on? Or do you let it go or do you stay, you know? Ooh, wonder what's going to happen. I feel like everybody has their own choices to make, you know. There's success here, though, y'all. I have the 10 of Pentacles right after that. That's, you know, it's emotional security. It's success. So there can be success here if you're wanting it. Anyway, okay, I hope that helps, my Leos. All right, Virgo, what do we got for you? Virgo, Spirit, what do we have? Oh, okay, they're all flying out. Oh, sorry, cat. Oh. Toxic. Something's unhealthy, y'all. Poisonous. Maybe having some delusions. Somebody's not behaving very well or weller. What the freak? Well, we're just gonna skip it. I can't even freaking say it. Surprise. Unexpected actions. Spontaneous. Observing. So somebody's watching. Let's get one more. Past. So there's definitely history between y'all. That, or you're looking back over stuff that has happened. But there is definitely social media stalking going on here. This could be you or them, both of y'all. They're keeping an eye out. What is going on here? You know, this toxic and surprise here, you know, there's different ways that I could read this. One of them is, I feel like maybe somebody acted in a toxic way and it surprised the crap out of you. It was unexpected. Something that's like you didn't see coming and you had no idea about it. Or, you know, y'all are separated because of toxic behaviors and they're fixing to shock you with something. Like they're going to show up unexpectedly with flowers because this guy has got flowers behind his back and he's coming in, you know, to apologize or just surprise her, you know, spontaneously, just surprise her. But I feel like this is going to surprise you, going to take you off guard. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you're fixing to have some communication coming in that's fixing to bring some clarity. You know, I feel like with that card, you already have this spiritual feeling, this spiritual wisdom within you that you know what's good and what's not and how you should be treated and how you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You know these things. So you know what you should be settling for and what you shouldn't. But we've got the Wheel of Fortune, y'all, and this is destiny. It's a change, a shift in fortune. You know, it's a good outcome. It's also the lottery card. So, you know, you might have luck in playing the lottery, which I don't know if you play or not, but you might have some luck if you do. But this is fate. It's destiny, guys. Holy crap. We got the Emperor. You know, the Emperor is a divine masculine. It's also a businessman. They're a hard worker. They're, this might be somebody coming in and taking charge of this situation. And that's where the surprise comes in. You're not expecting them to just take charge and come in and bring in this clarity, this truth. You know, but that's what is destined to happen. This change in, in the outcome. Wow. I really like this for y'all. I hope it helps. Let's see. All right, my Libras. Let's see what we got. Libra. Spirit. What does my Libras need to know right now? What does my Libras need to know right now? Single. Independent. Yo. Freedom from attachment. You're available to date. It's either. What? Telepathy, intuition, dreams, heart songs. I gotta pull some more. Union. Oh, guys. Are you single, but you're having like intuition about somebody? A reconciliation? Somebody coming back? I feel like you have intuition about this. Like maybe you're hearing, when it has heart songs there, which is really weird to me. So maybe y'all are hearing songs that relate to y'all or just resonate with y'all. Maybe songs y'all like together. Maybe you even think that you can feel them with the telepathy there. There's a second chance coming if you're in separation. And this is going to be justice. This is what's due to you. Also, side note, if you're going through any kind of legal matters, you know, this is possibly getting served some legal papers, or you have to visit court for any type of reason. But the justice card to me in this is it's due to you. Like this reunion, reconciliation is something that you've been wanting, and I feel like it's fixing to come around. Okay, Libra. Okay, Libra. Holy crap. So this is judgment, y'all, and we just had justice. So this is resolving some unfinished business. Now, with that, this reunion is coming with a test. That test is, did things change? Are they the same? Can we move past them? You know what I mean? Like, if you're bringing in the same energy you left in, then you don't need to come back in. Because there's been unfairness. There's conflict. You know, y'all had some type of disagreement. And you need to make sure that that's all settled. But you have temperance here, which is healing. And you know what I mean? It's it encourages you to find a middle ground with this person. You know, it's patience. It's, you know, when they're coming in and you're talking things over, be patient with them and try to come up with a way that y'all could both move forward and resolve the unfinished business. Yeah, because there's been pain here, guys. You know, you might have been felt betrayed. But right behind that, I got the Ace of Cups, which is a new emotionally beginning. Your feelings are going to increase once all this happens. You know? Wow. I love this. You know, I love it whenever you go to do a reading and they all just come out and it's just a flow. You know what I mean? And it's like a perfect flow. Like, this is exactly how it happened. This is how it's going right now. And then, like, here comes what's going to happen next, you know? And I don't even have to ask Spirit. He's, like, showing me exactly what's up. So, I feel like you're single right now. But you're fixing to have a reunion. And you just need to make sure that things change moving forward. This is cut and dry, y'all. So, I hope that helps. Okay, on to the next one. Let's see. All right, Scorpio. Spirit, what does my Scorpios need to know right now? What does my Scorpios need to know right now? Sometimes my glasses really do bother me. Scorpio, what does Scorpios need to know right now? Oh, my whole table shook. Sorry about that, guys. Frozen. Okay, so somebody is stonewalling y'all right now. Y'all are not talking. You're not speaking. Revenge. Somebody trying to get revenge. Are you thinking about revenging on somebody? Like retaliating? Trying to think of some kind of payback? Or maybe you're wanting somebody to get some payback. But you have the Frozen card there, so you're not taking action. Somebody's not taking action even though they're thinking about it. But I got the Ascending card. So, all right, what's next? Toxic. Okay. This is you or them. You know, I can't read sides, but I feel like somebody has been toxic. You know, they're poisonous, been unhealthy. They've been doing something that's not good. Could be many, many, many things, y'all. But I think that y'all are not talking right now. And I also feel like, you know, because they're toxic and they've done stuff that's not good, you've thought about, you know, how can you get even, or you want them to hurt because you're hurt. That's only human, you know. Been there multiple times. But you're ascending past that. You know, you've learned that, you know, revenge and retaliation is not going to get you anywhere. If anything, it's just going to set you back. So I think that you're, you know, transcending, you're moving on, you're learning, and you're moving into a new phase. And if this hasn't happened yet, it's coming. You know, that ascending process is coming. All right, Scorpio. This is the tarot. What's tarot got for my Scorpio? Ascending. I love that. Yeah, like you're standing up for yourself. You know, you're no longer going to take what you don't deserve. Like, you're going to know what, you know, what you can and can't tolerate, and you're going to start protecting what's yours. You're going to start protecting your heart and everything that's around it. And we've got the Nine of Wands, and this is coming in soon. Like, you're close to this. You're starting to set boundaries. If you haven't, you're going to. You're going to be more defensive in what you will and won't tolerate. And I love this. And it's going to bring in a new beginning. A new emotionally beginning. And it's a youthful, young stage. Like, this is somebody new. I think this is somebody that you don't know. If this is somebody, if this is that past person, then they're coming in correct. Let's put it that way. But I feel like this is a whole new energy for most of y'all. You're going to let this other crap go because they treated you bad. But you're going to have a whole new beginning come in. This also, on a side note, could be a whole new career. If you're needing a new career, wanting a new career, this is the beginning stages of a new career. Oh, holy crap. And then we have the Devil. So this person is going to be obsessed with you. They are going to have temptation and desire to be with you, this new beginning. You're not going to be worried about this old whatever that you wanted to retaliate and have revenge on. And I feel like if you've been in a lot of pain from this, this is the ending. You're at the end, y'all. I've got 2 cards here of being at the finish line. So I feel like just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Don't retaliate, don't have no revenge. Just people will get theirs in their own time. Okay? All right, let's see. What we got? Okay, Sag. Let's see. Spirit, what do you have for my Saggies? Sagittarius, what they need to know right now. Forbidden. Y'all got some temptations? Some type of forbidden love affair? And a proposal? Dating. Oh. And ego. Let's see here. I feel like goosebumps here, bear. I feel like something is forbidden. You're tempted, maybe flirting because you're dating. Could just be casually hooking up, you know, or maybe you are seeing someone that's fixing to be a little bit more committed, you know. There's an offer coming in to take it to the next level. I feel like somebody's holding back though with this ego card. That or they're just arrogant maybe. I don't know, like I kind of feel a little scattered right now. So I kind of wonder if you're not feeling scattered. You know, and maybe like the dating might be confusing you. And that's why you're feeling scattered. Or maybe you just don't really know how you feel. Or maybe you have met somebody that's arrogant. Maybe they're just stubborn. Have a lot of pride. But I feel like you're fixing to meet somebody while you're dating that's going to lead to commitment. Let's see what we got from tarot. The Ace of Wands. Ooh, y'all, passionate beginning. So there's definitely somebody that you're fixing to meet or you're going to come across that there's passion there. That could be coming from the forbidden. There's temptation there. It's also giving into pleasure. It's flirting. Ooh, I like it. We got the Lovers right behind that, y'all. So there could be, you know, a deep soul connection between you two. That, you know, and y'all are aligned, you know. You're very harmonious together. You know, the Lovers also is like, it's a choice that you have to make, you know. So you might have 2 different people to choose from. Or maybe just 2 different paths. Let's see, what else we got? We got the Chariot. So this is like overcoming, you know, any type of obstacles that's in your way. You know, you're moving forward. This also could be just fast moving energy. Maybe when you go on a date with this person, y'all, the passion and everything, the temptation, the flirting, the, you know, all of it just moves really fast into commitment. You know, maybe y'all know right off the bat, like, this is my person and I want to be committed to y'all. Like, I don't want to date around anymore. You know, that's also like fast moving forward. Let's see. Yeah, so I feel like you might be reevaluating where you are right now, and the efforts that you've been putting in, you know, are they paying off? You know, you're just kind of sitting back and reevaluating where you're at in life and where you've come from, where you're going. So I have like unresolved issues coming in. You know, you could have some unfinished business with somebody. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be back with them if that's somebody from the past. You know, this also means that you might have somebody coming in to talk things over just to clear the air. You know, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get back together with some ex. Now, if you are getting back with an ex, and that's what this is, it's also saying there could be a test there to see, you know, has things changed since the last time y'all have talked? Is things better? Can we move forward from this type of energy, you know, or whatever happened, you know? Are they bringing in that same stuff? Or are we moving on from that? So, I like this reading. You know, it's good energy, guys. Let's go on to Cap. Let's see. Okay. So, Capricorn. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Capricorn? What does my Capricorn need to know? Ooh, we got love. Oh, it says unconditional compassion, genuine ghost. Leaving behind, disappearing, no contact, completely done. What? All right, let's get another one. Secrets. Oh. My daughter's being really loud right now. I feel like some secrets are coming out, guys. Things that y'all don't know about, maybe you do know about, but they're fixing to come to light. And you're going to have to make a decision maybe to move on or to stay and work things out. You might already be going through this, and that's why the ghost is there, the no contact, the coldness. I mean, they might have been leaving you behind, but you have genuine love for this person. All right, what do we need to know, Tarot was? What do we need to know for Capricorn? All right, let's see. Okay, so we're gathering information right now. So side note, there could be like financial stability coming in. You could be taking care of yourself, like doing some self-care. You're at a crossroads. I felt that. Like, you know, do you stay or do you go? So you got two different choices that you can take here. I feel like you're committed to work right now. You're fully present in your job and your career. Like trying to make more money and climb the ladder. And I feel like you're going to get financial stability out of that. For sure. Because I've got two cards here that says that. Ooh. I feel like your intuition is really on point. You know, whatever it's telling you right now, I would listen to it if you know how to listen to your intuition. But you're very emotionally mature and compassionate. You're nurturing. So maybe you need to do all this to yourself right now. Be compassionate, be nurturing, you know, do that self-care. But I've got two cards of intuition right now. So trust your intuition, trust what your gut is telling you. You know, look beyond the surface. I feel like you have the answers to this deep down, spiritually. And if not, then maybe asking for some help. You know, you can always ask your spirit guides and your angels to help guide you. You know, you can always cast out, you know, a little prayer and just say, you know, help guide me on what I need to do next. If you're feeling lost. If you're not, then what your intuition is telling you, like, it's spot on. And for some reason, Spirit wants you to know that was the confirmation in this reading, was what you're feeling is what they're trying to tell you. So try to listen to it. All right, Aquarius. My Aquarius. Spirit, what does my Aquarius need to know right now? Magnifying glass. Validation, confirmation, pursuit, chasing, being persistent, teether, intuition, telepathy, present. So I'm feeling like you have this intuition and feeling, maybe even telepathy, that you have with someone. And your intuition is telling you to pursue this. But I feel like you're wanting to be validated. And this is all right now. Like, this is going on right now. Like, in this moment, you're becoming aware. Like, you're getting, maybe even in this message, you're getting validated that this is your person, that you need to be persistent. Also, this could be dreams. You know, maybe you have a dream that you need to pursue, and you haven't been doing it, and you need some kind of validation or confirmation. That's this right now, y'all. Spirit's saying, just do it. Go for it. In the now, today. is what that card says. So if you've been putting something off, this is your confirmation to go after that. Okay, Aquarius. My spirit team, what does my Aquarius need to know right now? You know, this might even be an obsession, you know. It could be an unhealthy relationship with somebody. I don't feel, that's not what I'm picking up. I feel like you have a temptation, a desire, an obsession to do something, but you're scared to do it. So just do it. I feel like you've got a new beginning coming. Something that you're going to be very passionate about. You know, and if it is a person, I think y'all both are going to, I feel like this is an equal. Passionate, obsession, temptation. Like you feel it. You know, your intuition is telling you, you have the telepathy there, guiding you, telling you. You just need confirmation of it, and I'm here giving it to you. But yeah, you know, just set clear boundaries. You know what's good for you. And make sure that the other person knows it, you know, and even if it is business related, make sure you know your boundaries. Like, these are the boundaries I have set. If things don't go to plan or whatever, like, then that's, you know, I got a few months. So something big is going to happen within a few months. I'm not crazy about that card. I don't like doing predictions or feeling things that far out, you know, but maybe your whole world's fixing to turn upside down in a few months. Not upside down, like completely different is what I mean. Like, you know, completely different than what it is right now. But now we have the Empress, you know, so this is growth. It's fertility. It's abundance. It's encouragement. You know, it's growth. It's also like comfort and care. So I feel like whatever this is good, y'all. You know, these are just examples that I was given, but you know, you use it in a way that fits your own situation. You know, but I do feel like there's abundance here. So go after it. You know, this is Spirit saying confirmation, validation for whatever this is, to whatever you're feeling right now in the moment today to chase. Like, that's what it's, yeah. Okay, on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces, last but not least, right? Well, we saved the best for last. I'm a Pisces. My Pisces. My fishies. The ones that feel everything. Alright, Spirit Team, what does my Pisces need to know right now? Sneaky. Sneaky. Is somebody trying to hide shit from you? Fake profile. Behind the scenes. Somebody's social media. A clown. What? So maybe somebody feels humiliated here. They feel like a clown. Maybe they did something that was sneaky and now they're humiliated by it. Or maybe they treated you bad and they're humiliated, and they have shame, and that's why they're watching your socials. They're hiding. We got heartstrings. They were playing with your feelings, stringing you along. Why does that happen so much, you know? Like, maybe you thought this was your soulmate, or maybe this is your soulmate, you know? And maybe they're realizing that now. all this happened and now they're feeling like a freaking clown because they treated you badly. Maybe they didn't realize at the moment how much they cared. Because the soulmate card says the one, deep love, a spiritual connection, a life partner. So maybe they really just didn't know. Oh, let's see, what are we throwing out here? The divine masculine. Ooh, maybe somebody's fixing to take charge. You know, this could be a businessman, a hard worker. All right, Spirit. My Pisces need to know about this situation. All right. Teamwork, collaboration. Yeah, I feel like this person is wanting success. But I'm picking up the feeling they don't know how to come at you right now because they feel like a clown. I mean, a side note, there could be something that you're doing that's fixing to bring in some wealth, success that you've been working towards financially. You know, if you've been trying to do something on the side, or maybe you're going to get a raise. This also could be emotional security that's coming in. That could be wealthy. But for some reason, I'm picking up on material stuff, like wealth, like money, success. Also, I have to say it because it's there. This also could be when you come into some money that's extra, kind of out of the blue, and you don't really expect it, or, you know, or you're doing really well. It's always good to pay that forward, you know, because what goes around comes around. And you know, just like in love, you know, if you hold on to it, you know, usually like we end up losing it. But if you're very lenient with it and you're, you know, giving, and it'll come in, it flows. As it goes out, as it comes in, you know what I mean? So try not to be so, you know, holding tight to it. I feel like you might have had some type of conflict or disagreement. And that's the reason why this person feels like a clown. You might even feel, or they feel like there's a missed opportunity here, you know? Or maybe you feel sometimes like there's just there's no motivation to keep going, to keep doing, to keep, you know what I mean? But we have to just keep pushing. Yeah, there's definitely like some type of illusion here, or mystery, maybe even some secrets. I feel like you've been juggling a busy life, you know, but you've been reflecting, looking back on everything. And I just seen the new beginnings card. So I do feel like, you know, you're going to have a new beginning with this soulmate. But they're going to have to get past feeling like a clown, you know. And y'all are going to have to lay everything out on the table. Make sure that all the secrets and the illusions, whatever it is, you know, whatever the conflict was, that you're going to have to resolve all that, you know, and make sure that you're good to go, you know, before you can proceed. You're not going to have any good type of relationship to move forward without resolving all of that happened in the past, you know, that's making them feel shameful and embarrassed. All right, guys, that is what I have for y'all, and I hope that it finds you well. And if it resonates, don't forget to like,